everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. Before we dive into today's episode, which is Mauricio Umansky speaking out, he is tired, he is miserable. Has he actually finally had enough of Vile Kyle? So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Mauricio Umansky was reportedly caught getting very close to a mystery blonde in Austin, Texas over the weekend. Months into his separation from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards, Mauricio, who was previously linked to his Dancing with the Stars partner Emma Slater, was said to be all over the unnamed woman as an insider suggested he's grown tired of the endless drama of his marriage. Okay, so before we keep going, just a little bit of context. So Mauricio was in Austin because he was filming an episode of the Skinny Confidential podcast. So if he is seen with some mysterious blonde woman, I have questions. Was it Emma? Because she's blonde. Did he fly a different woman to Austin? Or is it a random woman that he met in Austin? Because remember, Mauricio doesn't live in Austin, he lives in LA. So who is this woman? Is it a part of, the podcast host circle and he met her there? Who knows? And honestly, this might be an unpopular opinion or you might feel the same, but I actually understand where Mauricio is coming from. Kyle is so nasty to him. She's disrespectful, she's mean, she's short, she's publicly puts him down. She was trying to provoke his mother and 2 episodes ago. So I get it. I get it. It just comes a point where it's like either you're going to tell me what's wrong and you're going to want to work on this, or we just have to call it a day. Like you can't keep punishing him because you're mad. Pick a side. So I don't know. I kind of understand how Mauricio is miserable and, is seeking comfort elsewhere, particularly when there's always been cheating allegations on both sides, both Kyle's and Mauricio. And she's been out here with Morgan Wade, flaunting that, in my opinion, fake relationship all over the press and all in his face. Like there's only so much people can take. And I'm not defending Mauricio by any means, but I do think there comes a point where everyone is just like, enough is enough. So I agree. I do think he's miserable. I think he's had enough of the drama. I think he's kind of at his wits' end. His relationship with Kyle was incredible. They have their kids, their wonderful memories, and now it is misery, an insider told Daily Mail. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry for that little stop. So I'm going to repeat that little section real quick. His relationship with Kyle was incredible. They have their kids, their wonderful memories, and now it is misery, an insider told Daily Mail on November 10th. He has a choice to stay in that misery or try to move away from it. He is choosing to move away from it. That is why he didn't attend BravoCon. It is just endless drama that he doesn't need. Again, I kind of understand where Mauricio is coming for with this. It is a lot of drama. It's being dragged out, and it just seems like Kyle's doing the absolute most. And I get she's going through something, but there comes a point where you either fix it or you move on from it. But trying to make each other miserable and embarrassing each other, it's too much. As Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans well know, Kyle has been linked to country singer Morgan Wade since earlier this year and has continued to fuel those reports with regular outings, including a cozy sighting in Paris. Mauricio was dreading this past weekend. BravoCon was going to be his kryptonite, as he expected all sorts of fallout from it. To deal with the separation is one thing, but to deal with it in the public eye is miserable, the source continued. Now, where I kind of diverge on this is if in the public eye is the way that you got your money, the way that you got your fame, the way that you got your notoriety, then there comes also like the good with the bad, right? So if you're using the public eye, being on a reality TV show for over a decade, for like 13 years, then deciding to be on another reality show, buying Beverly Hills on Netflix, that's how you got the agency where it is. That's how you got your, promos and businesses and your money from Bravo and NBC and even your show on Netflix. So If the way you got to where you are was by using your quote marriage, your lifestyle, your family as leverage, as storylines, as your brand and persona, then you can't now be like, oh, I want my privacy. I don't want to deal with this in the public eye. I do think there's levels to it. I don't think that people should be pushing boundaries. I don't think that, you owe your entire life to the world. I'm not saying that, people, even if they are reality stars or in the public eye or celebrities, they deserve certain privacy and rights and boundaries 100%. But you can't now act like, oh my God, everybody's in my business. I don't want to go through a separation in the public eye when you literally have displayed your marriage in the public eye for the last 14 years, and that's how you got to where you are. So you can't just say, I only want to show the good and I only want the good when, that's how you got to where you're at. Although Kyle did break down over her marriage and accidentally claimed she and Mauricio were in the midst of a divorce at the event, the insider claimed it wasn't as bad as Mauricio expected. The thing is, it wasn't as bad as Mauricio expected because Mauricio and Kyle live in their own delusion that Kyle is a fan favorite when she's not. They live in this delusional world. Just because Andy likes Kyle doesn't mean that we're really on Kyle's side, especially ever since what she did to Lisa Vanderpump, what she did to her sister Kathy, what she did to her sister Kim. So, and also, like, we're not shocked and we're not buying all of it. And Mauricio, I know in your world you're super important and we like to report on you, but like we got other fish to fry. There's more going on. Like, is anybody surprised that there's cheating rumors? No. It's not that big of a deal. Kyle cried, and there have been tears throughout this process as it has been very sad. But Mauricio is at a point where he has to say to himself, what else can he do? They noted. Mauricio truly believes in the reality show relationship curse. It sucks that he is now part of it, but to rise above it is his only option. He is hoping they can deal with it behind closed doors in the foreseeable future, even though that will be impossible. Duh. Like, you can't say, I want my marriage on Front Street, but I want my divorce behind closed doors. It doesn't work that way. Also, I'm feeling like this is Mauricio's PR team trying to do reputation rehab for him. He's miserable. He's so sad. He's trying to get through everything as best he can. It's his only option. He wants his privacy. You want your privacy? Then why are you on reality TV? As he and Kyle continue to insist that they are working on mending their marriage, another report suggests that Mauricio was seen flirting with another woman at Soho House in Soho House, Austin, in Texas on Saturday. He was all over her, an insider told Us Weekly on November 13th. There was no kissing, but they were getting very close. According to the report, Mauricio and the woman sat beside one another in a group. He was flirting with her and holding her hand at one point, an eyewitness revealed. They were whispering to each other. He had his arm behind her. They were definitely having fun together, and she was into it. They left together with the group. Meanwhile, Kyle continued to spend time with her rumored love interest Morgan as the two ladies were photographed together in Los Angeles on November 13th. According to Page Six, Kyle and her 20-year and we're back. Sorry about that little interruption. My mom was calling me. Okay, here we go. Meanwhile, Kyle continued to spend time with her rumored love interest Morgan as the two ladies were photographed together in Los Angeles on November 13th. Now, as we've said before, I personally do not believe that Kyle and Morgan are actually in a lesbian relationship. What I think is going on is this was nothing but a PR stunt for Morgan. She thought that she would get, social media followers. She'd have a come up with her music and merchandise. And Kyle, to me, is just doing the absolute most for attention. Ugh, Kyle, if you actually want Mauricio to pay attention to you, I don't know if he's going to at this point. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe it's just time to call it quits. I never want to say that about relationship, but if you're not happy together, like, do us all a favor and just, end it. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Kyle and Morgan are together? Who do you think this mystery woman was? And do you think that this is just Mauricio's PR company trying to do some reputation rehab, trying to really, um, create a narrative that he's like the forlorn, suffering husband who wants to save his marriage, but Kyle just is making him miserable and everything is in the spotlight. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. And are you watching this season? And if you are, what do you think about the season? So before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.